Hey guys, it's Ashley, your scrapping nerd, and I have a layout today for the Iron Crafter Challenge. And the challenge for June was to use buttons, brads, or eyelets. And so I went to my stash and I'm pulling out these are all cut aparts from the Echo Park My Favorite Spring, and I'm going to use these flower dies. And I found these wood buttons in my button jar, and that's my ingredient. And all of my ephemera and stickers and paper are from the Echo Park My Favorite Spring. So like I said, I got it from my creative scrapbook kit and it all came together. And so there's a lot of things in here that are Easter related, but I just pulled out the ones that were spring related. And so I couldn't first decide if I wanted to use the pink polka dots or this floral, and because I really like the pink polka dots, but in the end I'm going to use the floral as what I map kind of the main layout part in, because it's such a busy pattern. I think it works really good as a border for this pink kind of plaid. And I just thought this was a very springy type patterns for my layout. And so I'm going to get that cut down, and I will gut that flower paper so that it's just not so thick, and then I can use that to map my photo as well. And so I used that grass dye, which I think was a Sizzix dye, and I found this green kind of polka dot paper in my scrap bin, and I used that for the grass at the bottom. And so I really like that grass. I think it's fun having it have a pattern instead of it just being green. And so I'm getting my flowers kind of laid out, and I will put the picture on the left side because my dog is looking kind of off the page if I put it on the right, and that was kind of bothering me, so I will flip that. But I did cut these flowers from the dies that you saw, and I've been using these dies a lot lately. I got them from Temu, but I really like that the flowers they're like cut out, so it's not just a block of a flower. You can still kind of see the background, and so I've been using them a lot because of that. But I kind of had my idea laid out, and so now I'm going to go back to this grass, and I wanted to make it have a little bit of dimension. I didn't want it to just be the plain green, and so I used my forest moss distress ink to just distress the edges, and I did put some on some of the blades of the grass just to add some interest to them. And so here's where I'm gutting the middle part because I need to work on my photo mat, and I did go back, I cut it out, but I did flip it back and forth with that pink polka dot. I just really liked that rich color of the pink, and so I will matte the photo in that because I just liked it so much. And I used Victorian Velvet to ink the edges of the pink plaid paper as well, just to differentiate it from that flower pattern paper, because it is such a busy yet beautiful but very, very busy piece of paper. And so I'll double matte my photo with the flower on one side and then the other side with this pink polka dot. And so I really like how that looks. It frames the photo really nicely. And this is a picture of my dog Gracie, and I purchased these little beds that go outside. They're kind of up off the ground because I didn't want them laying on the hot concrete since it gets so hot during the summer. And so this is Gracie just sitting on her little bed looking out into the yard, and I just think it's such a sweet photo. And it's a little dark because it's on the porch, but it doesn't matter. I think she's just adorable. And so I'm back to finicking with these florals, and I wanted this to look like a meadow, and so I kind of laid the flowers out that way. And then I'm going to use this other green scrap, and I'm going to cut stems for my flowers. And at first I cut them too thick and I didn't like it, so I then further cut them in half into just tinier stems, and I think it looks a lot better. It wasn't so blocky. But I'm just trying to get them tucked kind of behind the grass in a nice fashion to where it does look like this meadow of spring florals, because I am going to use those buttons as the centers of my florals. And so I had those wood ones in like a bigger size and a smaller size, which works perfectly for my big and smaller flowers. And I had thought about painting them, but I just really liked this just wood button in the middle of the flowers. I think that it came out really cute without needing to paint them. And so then I decided I needed leaves, so I took that die from the same die pack that I got from Temu with those flowers, and I cut out a bunch of leaves, and now I'm just going to use that same forest moss and ink the edges, and then I will put some ink in the middle part, and then I'm going to ink the stems of the flowers, just again to add that dimension. And plus when you cut, like when I just cut those straight sticks, you can kind of see the white core of the paper, and so I wanted to make sure that that was all hidden. And then I'm taking my foam and my stylus, and I'm adding texture to the leaves and the stem, and then I'm gonna ink the flowers and do the same thing. So while I'm doing all of that, make sure that you guys check out the links below. There's a playlist for the Iron Crafter Challenge with everyone that plays along. And it's if you haven't signed up for the challenge, make sure you do. It's so much fun. They come up with the secret ingredient for the month, and it's been helping me use these random things that I have in my craft room, but I just don't reach for to put on a layout. So I've really been enjoying doing those. And so I wanted it to be a little bit more of a fun layout. So you saw those butterflies are from Pebbles Kid at Heart is the pebbles, and then I couldn't decide what I wanted to put above the floral, and I ended up going with this cut apart that says Happy Easter, but then I'm going to put this little other cut apart over it that says Happy Day, and I think that works good, and the floral kind of ties in the floral from the layout mat. And then I just wanted a little more whimsy, so I went to that Pebbles pack that's the Kid at Heart, and there's this turtle, and I thought I would use the florals that he's carrying on his back, but they just didn't look right, so I'm going to cut those florals off, and I will put a little heart there just because I didn't like how it looked being cut off. And then the little crickets or those are grasshoppers over on the right there, and these butterflies I'm going to put around, and I just like because they have little faces on them, and I just think that looks so cute. So I'm getting all of those kind of laid out, and you see I did put a flower up in the left-hand corner of the photo with a button as well, and I just really, I really like how this turned out, and you have an idea in your head, and this is what I was thinking. And then this just says Such a Sweet Moment, and that came from a Thickers pack, Happy Hooray, I think. And so while I'm just finishing up scattering my embellishments all around, thank you to everyone that's liked and subscribed to my channel. I really appreciate it. If you haven't yet, go ahead and hit those buttons below. And then if you want to know when I have my new videos out and be notified, you hit that little bell button and it'll let you know. I did pop all these up on foam. Of course, I got to use my inks to ink everything. And then I found that little bird from that sticker sheet from the My Favorite Spring, and so I think he looks cute just up there on the I guess it's a title from the cut aparts, and I put him up on foam too. And then I'm going to scatter these little butterflies around. But that is the layout today, guys. Thank you again for all of your wonderful comments and your likes and your subscriptions. I just can't tell you how much I appreciate it. It's just so much fun joining in on all these hops and making all these layouts, and I'm actually getting layouts done. That's the important thing, is getting them done and getting them put in my albums. But again, thanks everyone. Have a great day. Bye.